Well, I have to talk about drug abuse, both street drugs and prescription drugs by medical doctors. I've said this many times in my CDs and DVDs and in my books. Lucian LePay from Harvard Medical School, he's the head of the Department of Public Health, did a survey and found that 52% of licensed medical doctors working in emergency rooms are under the influence of street drugs or prescription drugs during their working day. 52%. Just went and got blood samples from everybody. And in today's newspaper is the reason for bringing this up again. In the USA Today, front page story occupies a good half of the front page and a good half of page 4A. No, full page 4A. And it just says mechanisms to address drug abuse in doctors limited. Well, that's not true. This is actually a story about another doctor. This guy's name is Stephen Lloyd. Stephen Lloyd is an internal medicine doctor, and he was drunk on drugs, intoxicated with drugs, constantly. Okay? Constantly. And he said, I work impaired, drug impaired, every day. Looking back on it, it scares me to death what I could have done. Well, we don't know how many people he killed. We don't know how many people he injured. We don't know how many people he misdiagnosed because nobody's really looked that deep into his case. But, he's sort of an obese doctor. Picture of him sitting in a wheelchair, and I don't know if he's disabled or he's just sitting in a wheelchair to make a point here. So maybe he's disabled because of drugs. I don't know why he's got a picture of him in a wheelchair. But at any rate, this is a big story. And so how do we deal with this? Doctors have easy access. Nobody monitors them. One of the reasons we have so many problems with doctors is there's no insurance company that sends in monitors, pharmacists, or anybody to look at their records once a month or once every 6 months or once a year and say, these guys made 14 misdiagnoses, these guys killed 27 people. They don't do anything. Nobody's monitoring them. They're self-policing, and they're a monopoly. Well, here's what I propose. Why would you let somebody cut the arms off of a pregnant woman who's in there to deliver a baby because he reads the chart wrong and thinks she's there, got flesh-eating strep? Where's everybody else in the operating room, right? And so what we need to do, these doctors, is for the protection of the patients, do a urine test when they come into the hospital or the clinic in the morning, and they got to pass the urine test for drugs and alcohol. If they're going to do surgery, they need to be given a urine test. They're going to do 4 surgeries a day. They need to have a urine test before each surgery. Okay, I think that's fair. They do that for athletes, especially at the Olympic level or at some World Games level, when people get gold medals and all this, that, and the other. They have to take a urine test or a blood test. Well, you can't take blood 14 times a day for doctors, but you can sure do a urine test before they do procedures and make sure that they're all there to protect the patient. And I don't think that's intrusive. I don't think that's asking too much. We do a urine test, which is easy. It's already available. All you got to do is put a test strip in to do a screen to see if there's classes of street drugs and classes of prescription drugs that would impair people. Obviously, if the doctor's taking thyroid, that's not a big problem. But if he's taking Percocet, things like morphine, OxyContin, he's taking all these other narcotic drugs, things that are even cocaine, okay, which is a fraction out of opium. These things have to be tracked. And so I'm calling now for everybody to email and send hard mail and emails and phone calls to your U.S. representatives and your U.S. senators, your state representatives and your state senators and the governors and mayors that there has to be urine tests every time when a doctor comes into the clinic in the morning by one of the nurses, and it's got to be recorded, and then somebody's got to go collect all this data every month. And if somebody comes in impaired, guess what? They better have their license suspended. And before, let's say, again, a surgeon, there's a head and neck surgeon is here who is impaired all the time. They're taking 100 pills a day. They're so gorked out on these drugs. Here's a head and neck surgeon. This guy says, this guy's name was Harris Silver, said sometimes I'd go to the bathroom in the middle of a long surgical procedure to take more drugs. Now, this puts the patient at risk, okay? And who knows how many people he killed. And so I really, really urge everybody to understand that drug testing for doctors has to be done. That's not asking too much. Remember, they kill, injure, and infect 15 million of the customers in the workplace every year. I urge you to get a hold of the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. I urge you to get a hold of the CD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. I urge you to get a hold of the books, Epigenetics. Get a hold of the book, Immortality. Get a hold of the book, Rare Earth Men Cures. Read this stuff. Find out what you can do to protect yourself. And one of the things is we need to do a concerted effort, everybody in America, and this is not too much to ask, send an email to your U.S. representatives, your U.S. senators, your state representatives, your state senators, and ask for urine testing of doctors before they come in to work in the morning, before they, and they could do it at a pharmacy. They could do that in a pharmacy. That way it's a third party. It's not one of their employees. They could go to a pharmacy and have a urine test and then they've got to have a urine test before they do any surgical procedures. Even if it's 10, 12 a day, they've got to have a urine test 10, 12 times a day. I don't think that's asking too much. Well, stick with us. We're going to be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way, and Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
I thought we'd talk a bit about vitamin K2 today. I've got an ABC News story here that's headlined, Vitamin K2, the forgotten vitamin we need to remember. It says we all know that vitamins serve the body to providing essential nutrients for building bones, promoting heart health, and maintaining our brain and nervous system. Said we mostly know vitamins A, B, C, D, and E. But they say that vitamin K2 benefits more than just to clotting the blood, as most people know. They say clinical research has also established vitamin K2's role in building healthy bones. Say vitamin K2 helps your body use calcium to build bones, both the harder outer shell and the spongy inner tissue in the bone. One of the most important proteins in the bone building process is called an osteocalcin, and it needs natural vitamin K to function properly. They say when vitamin K2 is deficient long-term, it can lead to loss of calcium in the bone and reduced quality. They say also, additionally, vitamin K2 helps bind calcium to your bone structure, and it simultaneously reduces calcium buildup. They say too much calcification increases the stiffness and fragility of blood vessels, sometimes impeding the healthy blood flow. And they also say recent research has unequivocally linked the role of vitamin K2 to the prevention of vascular calcification. See, most people in the U.S. aren't getting enough vitamin K2 on a daily basis. Say children need it to help grow and develop their bones. With men and women over the age of 40, your peak bone mass is 20s and 30s, so after that your bones start declining, and you're certainly declining by the time you reach older age. They say also a good source for vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 can be found naturally in many animal-based foods such as meat, poultry, cheese, and eggs. And what is that you tell people to do all the time? Eat eggs every day, eat meat. So these vegans are really in trouble here.
Oh, absolutely. And, of course, that's why we talk about the 90, the mighty 90, the 90 for Life program, is that if you look at multiples on the market, they have 28 to 32 nutrients in them, and there's actually 90. And the original premise of a supplement was you're going to supplement your diet because medical doctors and their little pea brains believe that you could get most of what you eat or all of what you need from your food just by eating high-quality food. Well, that's just not true. And so now you know why we never cherry-pick nutrients. We never say, okay, take this vitamin E. We never say that. We say you take your 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids, and, of course, this includes the 16 vitamins. Oh, yeah, we're talking about vitamin K1, vitamin K2, biotin, inositol, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B12, vitamin A, vitamin C, all this stuff, vitamin D2, vitamin D3, vitamin E in all its various forms. This is serious stuff, and all the bioflavonoids and things. And so then people always ask, well, what's that secret sauce? Well, you can read the label when you get it, but I'm not going to tell you, because if I tell you one nutrient, you're going to run to the drugstore or a health food store and buy that one nutrient, and then 6 months later, you'll be crippled or you'll die, and you'll say, well, I tried Wallach stuff and it didn't work. You've got to use the whole recipe. And so I thank you so much, Doug, for bringing up the point that you still need to supplement with vitamin K. Okay, because if you eat right, you should be able to get what you need from it, but most people don't eat right. What if you have an absorption problem? What if you have a gluten intolerance? You better be supplementing so you get maximum amounts of these things. Don't try and get the minimum data requirement. That's absolutely insane to go by the minimum data requirement. You want to go to the maximum. You want to go to the max when it comes to nutrients for your body. And again, I'd urge you to get hold of that book, Epigenetics. It goes into every nutrient, what it does, what diseases it prevents, what disease you get when you're deficient in them, when they're cooperative. The book Epigenetics talks about that, and you'll see all these diseases that are said to be genetic by medical doctors are really just either simple or deficiencies of multiple nutrients. Thank you, Doug. That's a great one on vitamin K2. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Well, let's head to Oregon. And Elena, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Elena, you're on the air.
Hi, I have two questions. One is a 9-year-old boy that has celiac disease, what he should do for that.
Okay, celiac disease is one of the many intestinal diseases, gastrointestinal diseases that are associated with a gluten intolerance. Celiac disease, appendicitis, diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, also colitis, Crohn's disease. And you'll do a great favor to this boy by getting him on a drop-dead gluten-free diet. His mother, who gave it to him, has to be gluten-free. Any brothers and sisters from the same mother will have it. Gluten intolerance, they have to be gluten-free. The dog and the cat and the bird and the fish, any man in the house, dad, mother's boyfriend, grandmother, mother-in-law, everybody's got to be gluten-free in that household. And then this kid, do you have any idea how much he weighs?
I have no information.
Okay, well,
my friend
per 100 pounds of body weight, I would give him, start him out with just the basics, one healthy start pack per month per 100 pounds of body weight. If he weighs 80 pounds, I'd give him, one healthy start pack. If he weighs 50 pounds, one healthy start pack will last him 2 months. Okay? And cleaning up his diet of all things, fried foods, processed meats, oils, and gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats again, is imperative. And because he's only 9 years old, I'd get him that CD called Serial Killers, so he can really understand all the hidden stuff. Because when he's away at school during the day, he's going to have to know to stay away from gluten. Can't just eat everything his friends eat. Okay, he will need those 90 essential nutrients. One healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight. Divide up the calculated dose. Half at breakfast, half at dinner. Okay, second question.
And also she asked for a baby who is 6 months old, and she has LCH, Langerhans cell histiocytosis. I don't know how to say that.
The Langerhans histiocytosis?
Langerhans cell histiocytosis, LCH. And the doctor's going to do chemotherapy on it.
Okay. Well, actually, honestly, I'm not familiar with that particular disease, so I don't know if it's a malignancy. And osis sounds more like an inflammation than it does a malignancy. And we'll spend some time looking this up. Leave your phone number with Doug. We'll look this up. In the meantime, can't hurt to give this child, again, the 90 essential nutrients. And is this child related to the first one at all?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
Okay. I need to find out. But we need to find out if this baby has gluten intolerance. The mother may not know. We have to ask questions. Does the baby constipated? Does the baby have diarrhea? Does it have skin problems? Does it have asthma? We need to know those things because we'll find out. In the meantime, again, there's one healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight. So if the baby weighs 30 pounds, one healthy start pack will last him 3 months. So we need to find out what this is so I can be more specific. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Las Vegas, Nevada. And Cooper, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Cooper. You're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I had some pain in my testicles. I went to my oncologist, and we found a lump in the groin and lower abdomen, and he said it was an inguinal hernia, if I'm saying that right. An irreducible hernia.
Yeah, inguinal.
Inguinal, thank you very much.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
And then he said surgery, which I would like to avoid.
Okay. What kind of work do you do?
I'm an usher in the Cobb Theater. Well, kind of a clown usher.
Okay. It's not like you're living in hefty boxes and that kind of stuff.
No, but I do stand maybe 6 hours a day.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Do you have any history of skin rashes, anything like eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea on your face, acne?
Not a lot. I did have some rashes when I was very young, though.
Okay. Do you have any history of asthma or chronic bronchitis?
No.
Okay, good. Do you have any history of constipation or diarrhea, which are, constant?
Nope, not more than usual.
Not more, okay. Do you have any brothers or sisters with any of these kind of problems?
That's a very good question. Don't know exactly.
Yeah, you have to
have a twin sister. I have a twin sister, and I have an older brother. Not completely sure about their history.
Yeah. Okay. Well, inguinal hernias, there's actually, you can go into a pharmacy or a medical device store without a prescription and get what's called a truss, which is a pad. And I'd get a double truss where you get a pad for the right side and the left side, regardless of which side that inguinal hernia is on. I get a truss with a pad for both sides. And I'd wear that during your waking day. Keep everything in place so you don't get your intestines going down in your scrotum, which can be fatal if you get, it's in what's called incarcerated, where it squeezes the blood supply and you get in real trouble there. But I would wear that double truss during the waking day. I'd put a 1x3 underneath the feet of your bed, not underneath your feet, but under the feet of the bed, so that you're going to have an incline you're sleeping on with your feet 1 inch above your head. But it's got to be under the feet of your bed, not under your feet, so that your entire body is inclined, not just your feet raised. And that's going to move everything away from your pelvic cavity for 6 to 8 hours while you're sleeping. Whether you're a side sleeper, belly sleeper, or back sleeper, it's going to move everything towards your head to take the load off that injury, if you will. Then, but also, what do you weigh?
I'm going to say 115. I'm not a very big dude.
Okay, 115?
Yeah.
Okay, not 150, 115.
115, sir.
Now, how old are you?
I am now 30. I'm going to be 32 in October.
Okay. So, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Okay, so you're slim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Little guy.
So, yeah. Okay, so what I would do is take one healthy bone and joint pack per month, divide it in half, so you're taking a half a dose of everything at breakfast, half a dose of everything at dinner time. The exception would be the glucogel, which you get an extra bottle of glucogel, so you can take 15 of those a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. The goal here is to build the connective tissue in your inguinal area to rebuild everything, to hold everything in place. And then call me every couple of weeks, let me know how that's going, and we'll talk some more after that. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to New Jersey. And Dolores, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Dolores. You're on the air.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope I can get everything in that I want to say. I'm going to tell you, the doctor told me like 2 years ago I had stenosis of the spine. I have the right and left lumbar messed up. I have the hip with arthritis in both hips.
Mm-hmm.
So they will put me on Celebrex and everything, so I can walk a little bit better with the Celebrex, but I don't want to take that. So since I saw you on one of the programs, I figured I would call and try to see. When you mentioned arthritis, that's why I called.
Sure.
And how much do I weigh?
Yes,
I weigh like 162.
162. Do you have any other issues we need to know about, like diabetes or high blood pressure?
No.
Okay. Do you have any skin problems or asthma or bronchitis?
No. High blood pressure.
Okay, a little high blood pressure. Okay. And any constipation or diarrhea?
Beg pardon?
Any constipation or diarrhea?
No.
Okay, good. All right, 162 pounds. How tall are you?
About 4'11" now. I was 5 foot at one time.
Okay, so you lost an inch, okay. At 4'11", I'd like to see it anywhere from 95 to 102 pounds. So you're maybe 60 pounds overweight. We need to work on that. Shar, are you there?
I'm here.
This is a Shar thing. Here you have a gal who's about your height, 4'11". She weighs 162 pounds, and she has high blood pressure, and she's got spinal stenosis / arthritis in both her hips. What would you do for that?
She needs 2 healthy bone and joint packs.
Okay.
And then for the high blood pressure, she needs the extra Ultimate Daily.
Okay.
And I think she should get on a gluten-free diet just for the heck of it. She'll lose the weight a lot faster, and she can get on the ASAP to lose weight, speedy up the weight loss if she wants to. Perfect.
Okay, exactly right, Dolores. As Shar said, when 2 healthy bone and joints packs per month, that will allow you to have 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 15 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. All that will be accomplished by the 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. You do need 1 bottle a month of the Ultimate Daily Tablets. That's going to give you 3 of the Ultimate Daily Tablets at breakfast and dinner that will support and promote healthy blood pressure. It will support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. And for the weight, Char is exactly right. You'd take a dropper full under your tongue 30 minutes before each meal of the ASAP. 1 bottle will last you a month. After a couple of days, you'll start losing a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And like Char says again, if you get on that gluten-free diet, that's going to really speed up the weight loss. But the 2 healthy bone and joint packs, that's going to give you all the raw materials necessary to support and promote maintenance repair of the vertebrae in your back, which will support and promote maintenance repair of that stenosis. Also support and promote maintenance repair of the cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue in your hips. Rebuild those so you can avoid surgery. Go ahead and call your Youngevity associate, either ones you're dealing with in New Jersey, or if you're not, just get a hold of the phone number here. Listen, or Doug can give it to you, and we'd love to work with you because you'll be our poster girl in New Jersey. These are easily resolved. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to New York. And Catherine, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Catherine, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I called about 2 months ago, and you put me on the bone and joint pack and an extra glucogel and selenium. And I have muscle weakness, cartilage damage in my knees, and poor circulation. I actually have polymyositis and muscle disorder. And I'm just wondering if I should add anything in addition to what you put me on before I place my 3rd order.
Okay, now you're getting the Ultimate Daily Tablets.
The bone and joint pack? Is that the?
No, that would be separate.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Okay, now what the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack would do is going to give you benefit for blood pressure. It's going to support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. And as far as the fibromyalgia, polymyalgia, these things, Char, what would you do? What would you do special for her diet?
She should get on a gluten-free diet for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm on a gluten-free diet. I've been on a gluten-free diet for about 7 years.
Okay, good.
Yeah, real strict. Yeah.
Okay, very strict. And I would definitely, anybody else in the household's got to be, including the dog and the cat.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we just add the Ultimate Daily Tablets. Dosage sounds right, so let's keep going. And remember, it's absorption. And so if you have you seen any result, any benefit at all?
I'm going to say yes in energy. Muscle weakness, not yet. So I was wondering if I should add some more selenium. And of course, with my knees, they both need surgery, which no one will touch me anyway. So I'm not sure.
No, you don't need surgery.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you want. Your 15 glucogel a day wouldn't.
Yes.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 135.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'8".
Yeah. Well, so you're slim, but 3 selenium twice a day should be enough, but if you want to go up to three times a day is fine because you still may not be absorbing.
Okay.
You get the sense you've been taking all this for all this time and you still have issues. That means absorption problems to me, okay?
Okay.
So if you have anybody else in the household, like a mother-in-law or a spouse or kids or the dog and cat, everybody, including the dog and cat's got to be gluten-free.
Okay, I'm
Can't
trying.
have dry dog food or dry cat food in the house.
Okay.
Because they're made out of gluten. And, the dog lays his head on your lap and shakes and throws
Well, we don't
dust
have
everywhere.
animals, so, but I am trying to get my kids gluten-free by my husband, but,
Very good.
So I don't need 2 bone and joint packs for my weight?
Well, if you're only 130, but you're still not, you're still not seeing benefit. Have you been on 2 healthy bone and joint packs or just 1?
Just 1.
Oh, well, I'd go to 2 then.
2.
Go to 2 and take 15 glucogel a day. That'll allow you to have the 15 glucogel. But, you might need that extra calcium.
Okay.
And so let's go there.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, one other thing. Catherine, you still there?
Yes.
Okay. We do have a spray vitamin D3.
Okay.
I would go ahead and get the spray vitamin D3 and go ahead and give yourself about 3 shots a day. That'll give you 3,000 international units of vitamin D3. Another option is the triple truffle chocolate. Each piece has 1,000 international units of vitamin D3. You can have 3 of those a day. That'll give you an extra 1,500 milligrams of calcium, as well as 3,000 international units of the vitamin D3. Okay.
Sounds good. I just bought the chocolate last month. I love it.
Okay, good girl.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Okay. All right, here. Doug, we got time to start another one or right there?
We're just about at break time here.
Yeah, we're right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take it and remind everybody, if you're a baby boomer, you want to avoid all those epidemics streaming at you, Alzheimer's disease, obesity, diabetes, get a hold of the book, God Bless America. Get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, and you'll be amazed at what you can do for yourself with Epigenetics, the book, and also the book, God Bless America. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity and 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Michigan. And Dave, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Dave, you're on the air.
Hi, Doc. Hi, Shar. Hi, Doug. Doc, I want to start raising chickens this year, and I've heard you talk about, alfalfa pellets, but I'm wondering, what do I feed the chicks until they're adults? And I do want to raise some meat chickens, too, and do I need a cement pad under my chicken coop?
Okay. If you have a chicken coop with a slat floor, where the droppings will drop through onto the concrete pad, be fine. If you're going to put a concrete pad as the floor in the chicken coop, you're also going to need some roosting poles so that they're just not on that concrete all the time. They want to be able to get up on a little pole, maybe half-inch in diameter so they can get up off the floor. Also, there is different types of Ralston-Purina chick feed, mash, they call it. It's little granules the size of grape nut cereal, which can give these chicks 100% nutrients in there. But I'd also give them free choice the Bloomin' Minerals. I'd give them the Bloomin' Minerals. You also might be able to put 1 ounce of the liquid minerals, just the plant-derived minerals, in a gallon of water you're going to feed them, and get the little individual waters, which will fill up every day. And we have a lot of, we actually have a guy up in Detroit, Chicken Man we call him, and he works for the agriculture department of a small university, and he's done so many studies for us using the Bloomin' Minerals for the number of eggs you can grow and how much weight chickens can gain during their early weeks of life. And so definitely the Bloomin' Minerals is what you want to add to the Ralston-Purina chick grower. I think it's called chick grower mash. And of course, for the adult hens, they have hen laying mash or hen laying pellets. Okay, that's where you want to go. It's a laying pellets or mash for the hens. They're going to lay the eggs. You're going to need a rooster, of course, for them to be fertile. And then for the chicks, as soon as they're hatched, you want the chick grower mash or pellets. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. I'm glad to see people beginning to grow their own food. Don't forget Go Foods. And let's see here, Shar.
Yes.
Yeah, have you tried any of the Go Foods yet?
Well, I didn't eat it, but my son has, and he said they're good. It's good.
Okay, did he live?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's doing fine.
Okay, well then, see, now you and I can try them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've actually had quite a few of them, and I like the meals. You'll love the beans and millet and beans and rice and stuff like that. They have a 25-year shelf life, and they're all non-GMO. They're all MSG-free. 50% of them are gluten-free. They're labeled as such. Again, 25-year shelf life. And the nice thing about it, you have the grid go down, there's a flood, there's a forest fire, snow, you can't get to the market, or there's going to be some storm go through, and by the time you get to the market, everybody else has wiped out the place. You have unexpected visitors drop by. You've got some great meals. And I love the Go Foods. And, of course, this is part of the book, God Bless America. You want to get a hold of that book, God Bless America, and learn how to survive all these crazy events that are going on. You want to learn how to survive, and you want to have at least 3 months, I like a 6-month supply of all your 90 essential nutrients for each person in your household, because, if UPS is down for whatever reason for a couple of weeks or a month, even your auto ship can't get to you from Youngevity with the 90 essential nutrients. So you need to have a lot of this stuff on hand to protect yourself and your family. I'm obsessive about that. People say, and Shar, you've picked me up many times from the airport. I have 3 heavy bags. They're 70 pounds each, and I have 2 carry-ons. People say, why do you carry so many bags? You're only on the road for 4 weeks or something. You should only take 1 or 2. Well, that's because I'm obsessive about my 90 essential nutrients. And one of those bags has a 3-month supply. Even if I'm only going to be on the road for 4 weeks, 1 month, I'd take a 3-month supply of everything I need. And that way, I'm always protected. That way I can never say, oh, gosh, I ran out. And I know you're that way, too. You order ahead, don't you?
Do.
Okay. Well, thank you, Shar. Super job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.